I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
I'm Jakepaul. I'm a seashell collector and professional boxer, knocking people the fuck out.
Mike Tyson is stepping back into the ring at 57, and his opponent, none other than a YouTuber turned boxer, who thinks he can take down the man once called the baddest man on the planet. Tyson, a legend known for his brutal knockouts, now faces Jake Paul, the internet star with everything to prove. Can Jake even last a single round with the man who defined heavyweight boxing? Let's find out. Okay. So first off, Mike Tyson isn't just a fighter, he's a legend in the ring. By 20, he was the youngest heavyweight champion ever, and he didn't just win, he destroyed his opponents. In his prime, Tyson's style was all about speed and brutality. He'd slip and weave with his peekaboo stance, ducking under punches, staying low, and unloading hooks and uppercuts that sent his opponents crashing down. His knockouts? Brutal. Tyson didn't show up to play, he showed up to dominate. Now, even at 57, Tyson's power and skill haven't disappeared. Sure, he's slowed a bit, but his technique is as sharp as ever. Tyson's workouts still show him throwing punches that would shake up fighters half his age. Those who step into the ring with him feel it. Tyson, even now, is still the baddest man on the planet. But what about Jake Paul? Paul isn't your typical boxer. He didn't grind it out in boxing gyms or climb through the amateur ranks. He started as a Disney kid and YouTube star, building an online empire long before he ever put on gloves. When he first hit the ring, nobody took him seriously. But here we are, 9 fights in, with 6 knockouts under his belt. But here's the thing, his opponents haven't exactly been seasoned boxers. We're talking ex-basketball players, retired MMA fighters, and fellow internet celebs. Jake's style? Aggressive, unyielding, with a right hand that's clocked a few heads. His technique's gotten sharper over the years, but he's still green compared to a fighter like Tyson. Jake's brought new fans to boxing, but purists know he hasn't yet faced a true boxer. And here's where it gets interesting. Jake knows how to sell a fight. His social media game is huge, and he's taken up the villain role like a pro. He's even claimed he's going to knock Tyson out.
Look at, he couldn't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he gonna knock me out?
A bold move, but considering their records, it sounds more like a long shot than a real threat. The moment this fight was announced, the boxing world went wild. Everyone split fast, some thrilled, calling it Jake Paul's big shot to prove himself, while others rolled their eyes, calling it nothing more than a publicity stunt and worrying about Tyson's age. Jake's followers are hyped, convinced his youth and stamina will help him take down a legend. Tyson's fans? They're calling this a joke.
Yeah, Mike Tyson is 57 years old. Yeah. Like, yes, in his prime, this would have been crazy. But now it's like, oh, it's just sad.
It's Mike Tyson. Anything can happen. Like, Jake could literally walk out without an ear.
A guy with 0 real boxing matches challenging one of the scariest champions ever. Sure, Jake's looked decent against non-boxers, but Tyson? That's a whole different ballgame. Even legends like George Foreman have warned Jake not to underestimate him. Tyson's trainer says Mike, even now, can throw punches that would rock Jake to his core.
And then when we hear about Jake, we say, man, Mike can fight against anyone. I see with good eyes what I can see in the gym every single day. His energy, the way he put his strength is unbelievable. The people they have surround over him, Mike can fight against anyone. It is what we believe.
Tyson's power, mixed with years of experience, gives him a massive edge. If Jake thinks this is just a big payday, he's in for a serious wake-up call. And Tyson, he's pumped. When asked why he'd take the fight, he said he's still addicted to the thrill. His words, "I want to shake the sports world to its core." This isn't about the money for him. It's about showing the world he's still a monster in the ring. Tyson's approach? Pure power, precision, and split-second timing. His peekaboo style kept opponents guessing, letting him close the gap fast and deliver punches that seemed to come out of nowhere. Back in his prime, Tyson didn't waste time. He ended fights in the first few rounds. Even now, his punches still pack a force Jake's never experienced. Jake, on the other hand, fights with raw aggression, always pressing forward. Against MMA fighters like Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley, that strategy worked. They weren't ready for a boxing showdown. But Tyson? He's a different animal, a true boxing legend. Sure, Jake's younger and flaunts his stamina, but Tyson's got years of ring experience and the kind of muscle memory that only a lifetime of fighting can build. And then there's the mental game. Tyson's presence alone is enough to rattle most fighters. Jake will be standing across the ring from a man whose knockouts are infamous for their brutality. That's a level of psychological pressure Jake's never had to face before. Other fighters? They're definitely talking about this matchup. Jake's former opponents, like Tyron Woodley, are raising eyebrows. Woodley, who went up against Jake twice, didn't hold back, warning that Tyson isn't anything like the guys Jake's used to fighting. In fact, Woodley even said Tyson could end Jake's boxing dreams with a single punch.
So he's always in a position where if he wins, he goes up. If he loses, it's like, okay, he took a risk, he took a chance. So.
And Anderson Silva, another one of Jake's past opponents, seemed shocked Jake would even consider stepping into the ring with someone of Tyson's caliber. Then you've got boxing legends weighing in with their own mix of curiosity and doubt. George Foreman flat out said Tyson's experience makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone. Even Conor McGregor chimed in, pointing out that Tyson's presence alone is intimidating and cautioning Jake not to underestimate the power Tyson still packs, even in his late 50s. So, can Jake really expect to stand against Iron Mike and come out on top? In the boxing world, the answer is a loud no. Sure, Jake's got youth on his side, but Tyson's experience, raw power, and mental grit are in a league of their own. Jake's past fights haven't put him up against someone like Tyson. Jake's fans argue his stamina could give him an edge in the later rounds. But here's the thing, Tyson's power is so explosive that if he connects, he might not need a later round. Tyson's known for ending fights in under 2 minutes, and if he lets that power loose, Jake could be looking at a very short night. And then there's training. Tyson's taking this fight seriously, dropping videos of himself hitting pads with crazy intensity. Insiders say he's coming into this with the same fire he had in his prime, determined to show everyone that age doesn't define him. The lead up to this fight has been filled with a lot of beef. Tyson himself has called Jake out, claiming that without his support early on, Jake wouldn't even be relevant in boxing. He's right. Tyson gave Jake a chance to fight on his undercard, helping to kickstart Jake's boxing career. And now, Tyson's here to show Jake what real boxing looks like. This dynamic adds a layer of intensity to the fight. Tyson isn't just an opponent. He's someone who Jake might even owe his career to. Then there's the press conference drama. At their face-off, Tyson was all business, while Jake kept up his usual antics. But as many fans have pointed out, Tyson didn't flinch. There's a level of intimidation here that Jake's bravado just can't match. In the end, the outcome seems pretty clear. Jake Paul may have youth on his side, but Tyson's experience, raw power, and boxing smarts are on another level. There's a reason Tyson's still revered in the boxing world. He's been through it all. Wins, losses, comebacks, and plenty of controversy. Jake, he's still in the early stages of his boxing journey. If Tyson lands even one solid punch, it could be game over for Jake. And if the fight stretches past the first few rounds, Tyson's years of muscle memory and ring instincts will kick in. Jake's fans might be pumped to see him take on a legend, but this isn't some retired athlete or internet star he's up against. This is Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweights ever, ready to remind everyone why he's a legend. So, who will win? Only time will tell, but if Jake thinks this is an easy payday, he's in for a serious wake-up call. If you're as hyped for this showdown as we are, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more epic content.